Hey, and welcome to episode 20 of True 100%, as I accidentally walk into the wardrobe. Like, whenever I spawn, I'm always holding W down, so I, like, move in the fade out, and that safe house is just the wardrobe is the thing in front of you, not the door, so I keep doing that. But yeah, hello, welcome, this is episode 20. This video is probably like an hour and a half long. And it's going to be me driving. As I said last episode, I'm going to train my driving skill this episode. So you can see, even after 20 episodes, or 19 I guess, that's how much driving skill I've got. Such a tiny amount. Like, I've been driving around a fair amount, I would think. But yeah, that's all the driving skill I've got. So we're going to go do that today. So thankfully I got a taxi right here, so I can drive to where I want to go. But yeah, I'm gonna try different methods in this episode, and I make like checkpoints every half hour and then change method. So the first method I'm gonna do is this hot ring racer right here. So last episode I got the hot ring racer and the monster truck to spawn here by winning hot ring, and I'm just gonna drive this car. So yeah, I said I liked this car quite a lot and I wanted to drive it. I wanted an excuse to drive it, so here it is. So my plan is I'm just gonna drive on this motorway right here. I'm wiggling my camera at. And we're just gonna drive along this road for half an hour while I try and weave in and out of traffic. I don't plan on commentating the actual gameplay, because obviously I'm just driving along a motorway or highway for half an hour. Well, an hour and a half. So last episode I asked for lists of questions. Lots of people gave me massive lists of questions, and then lots of other people asked like a single question. So what I'm going to do is I've gathered three clusters of questions that I'm going to answer from three different people. I'm aware I can't say that word right. And I'm going to answer all of those, and if I run out of questions, then I'll just open up my YouTube comments and scroll down until I find questions. But hopefully I don't run out of questions. We'll see. Yeah, here you can see the route. I'm doing it a little bit wrong here, since it's like the start of it. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I get the route down a bit later on. And yeah, I change camera angle and stuff all the time. I just decided to start in first person. I wanted to do it in first person because I could then just play with one hand and not two, because then I had to control the camera with a mouse. But yeah, unfortunately, first person has some problems. I crash into things a lot. So I think I'd probably give up with that a bit later. But yeah, anyway, enough about gameplay. Let's answer some questions, I guess. So yeah, if you want to just minimize the window or something, just listen to me talk, which is apparently what most of you want to do. I wouldn't blame you for this episode, since I'm literally just driving. There are a few funny things that happen, and I probably won't talk about them, because I probably won't even be looking at it when it happens. But if anyone's dedicated enough to watch me drive around for an hour and a half, then you get rewarded, I guess. Alright. Also, have fun, the people that are keeping track of what cars I drive, because I switch quite a lot in this, I think. Alright, so that's that out of the way. That's the little intro. Oh yeah, before I actually answer questions, there are a couple things. Last episode I gave like a little list of everything I had to do in the master save. There are a few little things I forgot to say, so like I haven't gone to the strip clubs, I haven't played the arcade machines. A lot of people told me to play pool, but I've already done that. I did play pool. I did that in episode, I don't remember which number, but the gambling one. So yeah, I've already did that. But yeah, there's a few other little things. I haven't forgotten anything, don't worry. I have a list, it's just I don't look at the list often. And I don't remember it when I try to list it. But yeah, there's that. Yeah, okay, that was all I needed to say. Let's settle into some questions. So, Bought the Beaver 1 gave me the biggest list of questions. So I'll start with this. If any of these questions repeat, like if anyone asks me the same question, I'm just going to skip it. But yeah, thanks for this massive list. I'll do this, I guess. Alright. Oh yeah, and I also have some, for me, I have some chill music going on in the background, so I'm hopefully going to talk a bit slower, because I normally talk really fast. And I know some people, non-English speakers, struggle to understand me sometimes, so I'll try to talk a bit slower. Okay, I guess I'll drop a list of questions. My apologies if they've been asked before. Yeah. Okay, I'll skip them if they have. Okay, speedrunning. What inspired you to start speedrunning? Okay, I don't know if I've talked about this in the last commentary episode. Probably did. It sounds like a question I would have answered, but maybe I didn't. For those that don't know, I'm primarily a speedrunner, right? Some of you might just be here for True 100%, my Let's Play thing. But I was originally a speedrunner. Well, not always, but you get what I'm saying. It's what I make content for primarily. That's why the title is even what it is, True 100% Plus. It's like kind of a speedrunning term. It's like a jumble of them. It's also the reason I don't play with any mods and stuff like that. It's because you need to not do that for speedruns. But to actually answer the question, the thing that inspired me to start speedrunning was... I don't know if I've told this story on YouTube before, I probably have. Basically, I don't remember exactly how, but the process of me streaming on Twitch, which is the kind of the beginning of the speedrunning thing. This is a long story. Okay, so started out watching YouTube, I don't know, many years ago. But I watched like machinima stuff, not just the machinima channel. I mean like the actual meaning of the word machinima, where people make like short movies and stuff in game with like actors and whatnot. And I watched some machinima stuff, and I made a bit of my own. I made some RuneScape machinima and also Guild Wars machinima. Like, this is probably going 10 years ago now. I don't know exactly, don't know the dates or anything. And that was on Google Video, I believe. I didn't even use YouTube at the time. Yeah, it was Google Video. I know Google Video shut down, and I think I managed to... There was an option to like upload it to YouTube and keep it on there instead. So I think I did that for some of the really old videos, recorded like Bandicam or whatever, Windows Movie Maker. But I have lost a few of my other videos that are like really old. I don't know where they are. I think they were on I had like a different YouTube channel at one point. So I did have a different online name before I got an Xbox 360. That's a whole other story, and I'm not going to tell you what that name is because I don't want people to stalk on me. But yeah, I had like a different name at some point. But yeah, Joshimus is the best one probably. Wow, I'm really getting sidetracked. Okay, yeah, so that's how I started out on like... I said I uploaded it to Google Video, but I said I was watching it on YouTube. I don't even know. I must be mixing up some of the timelines of this or whatever, but in any case, I had watched some machinima on YouTube, and then that led to watching other people on YouTube, and during college, me and my friends got into StarCraft because the StarCraft 2 beta was released. And we were watching HD StarCraft and Husky StarCraft, and they were casting games and stuff. And we were playing like StarCraft 1 and the StarCraft 2 beta and stuff at the time. And I got pretty into StarCraft. And in Husky StarCraft's one of the videos he made was like a fake boy bandy video thing. He made a parody of Friday, I think it was. Was it a parody of Friday? Or was it a parody of something else? He made a song, I don't know music, but he made a song called Banelings, right? It's like, Banelings, 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 da da. Like, I don't remember what the parody is, but anyway, it's a song about StarCraft, okay? And in I think it's that one. Crap, I don't remember the timeline of any of this. But anyway, in one of his music videos, he has like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or a sports car or something. And at the end of the video, he thanks Justin.tv for lending him the Ferrari or the sports car, right? And giving him the funding for it or whatever. I don't know exactly the story behind it, but in any case, at the end of the video, he thanks Justin.tv. And at the time, I had absolutely no idea what Justin TV was. I don't think he said dot, probably Justin TV. I'd have to go back and watch the video. And I was like, what the hell is that? And I thought the only Justin person I knew was like Justin Timberlake or whatever. I thought it was like some famous person or something. So I googled it, and it turned out to be a website. And I later learned that on that website you could watch like live StarCraft 2 maps, right? At StarCraft 2 esports. Because at the time I was just watching it on YouTube, like pre-recorded, right? But then I learned you could watch it live on there. There may have been like some other way I found my way onto that website, but I do explicitly remember him saying, "Thanks, Justin TV," and I had, oh god, hiccups, and I had no idea what it was. Sorry about the hiccups, I just ate breakfast before I recorded this, that might happen a few times. Wow, this is a really fucking long-winded story, isn't it? Jesus. Okay. What was the question again? Okay, so yeah. So from there I found Justin TV, which for those who don't know was what Twitch TV started as. It started as a website called Justin. And it wasn't just for video games, it was for everything, just live streaming in general. But it was primarily used for video games, which is why they split off into Twitch and yada yada yada. But yeah, that's how I found Justin.tv, and I mostly watched StarCraft on there. And I did a few live streams on there, because I was making some YouTube content at the time. It was just like random things, nothing professional, made for an audience or anything, just videos I wanted to make for fun. And yeah, I did some live streams on there. I think even on my, if you go on my Twitch, if you scroll right down to the bottom, there's like videos of me and my friends playing Dungeon Defenders or something, but it's like really laggy because I had no idea how to stream at the time and stuff like that. But yeah, I streamed some random things on there. There was like some GoldenEye mod of Source Engine or something, and StarCraft 2 obviously, and that. League of Legends I did as well. Like, if you go on my YouTube channel and scroll all the way to the bottom, I think the earliest public videos that you're allowed to see were all League of Legends videos. I was good at that game. I like that game. But yeah, I used to play League of Legends when it was in beta and stuff. I'm a long time League of Legends player. Obviously I quit now. A long time ago I quit because it got really bad, but yeah. Where was I going with this? Yeah, so I started streaming on Justin a little bit, but only a tiny bit. I mostly used it to watch stuff, like, you know, I imagine most people do. And then from there, either before or after it turned into Twitch, but around that area, like 2012, 2013 sort of time period, I think one time a person formerly known as Cosmo, now known as Narcissa, speedrunner, Wind Waker speedrunner, they got onto like the front page, or I just found them randomly somehow or something. Maybe I was like, oh, someone's playing Wind Waker, what the hell? Because I liked Wind Waker. I played it as a kid a little bit, even though I didn't own a GameCube. I probably played it on Wii or something. I don't know. In any case, I saw them speedrunning Wind Waker, and then from there I got into speedrunning. I was watching them one time, and I think I asked in the chat, like, you know, how did you start speedrunning or whatever? Their response was just speedrun your favourite game, right? So I was like, okay. So I thought, I could try this. Because I was, like, bored at the time, right? Or whatever, I don't know. So I decided to look at what games I would consider my favourite game, right? Like, at the time, and even now, I don't really have a favourite game. I mean, it's easy for me to now say San Andreas, right? But it really isn't. But yeah, so at the time I was like thinking about what games to do speedruns of. So my choices, I think, that I like did a bit of research into. There was Pokemon Red speedrunning, which had like, I think Worcester was around at the time, and there was like lots of other stuff around it, and you know, it was already a community of Pokemon Red speedrunning. It's like a fairly big thing, I think. Then there was Final Fantasy VII, but the runs of that were like 9 hours long or something, and there weren't too many people running it that I know of. And it was really complicated game and stuff, so I decided not to do that. Then I had just recently played like Batman Arkham Knight, or was it Arkham City, or was it Arkham Asylum? No, it wouldn't be City. It was either Knight or Asylum. Wait, what one's the second one? I don't remember anymore. But anyway, I was thinking about speedrunning Batman Arkham Knight. Or Arkham... No, what? Arkham... Is that even a game? Batman Arkham Asylum is the first one, right? What am I even thinking about? I don't know. Anyway, I was thinking about doing that game, but I don't remember why I didn't decide to do that one. I don't remember. Maybe I couldn't stream it or something because it was too new at the time. I don't remember. But anyway, I decided not to do that game. And then another one of my favourite games was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, right? 'Cause this is really the only Grand Theft Auto game I played as a kid. I never played 3 at all, and I only ever played Vice City a tiny bit. But my earliest memories of Grand Theft Auto are probably of Vice City. But yeah, I mostly played San Andreas, and I mostly just flew around in planes in it. I just really loved the huge map of it. It just really amazed me. And at the time, it was, incredible. Like the PS2 was doing this sort of stuff. So I decided that, yeah, I guess I'll do San Andreas. And the research I had done, there was like an SDA run. For those who don't know, is Speed Demos Archive. It's like a really old speedrunning website. It's so irrelevant to me nowadays. But yeah, on there was like a segmented run of San Andreas, which was 6 hours and 9 minutes. I remember that time. I don't even remember my current time, but I remember 6 hours and 9 minutes because it haunted me. But yeah, that was a segmented run, which means, like, you know how this is recorded, where I do a bit and then save, and then I come back the next day and do a bit and save. It was that kind of speedrun, so they did like lots of little bits of the game and saved and then did the next bit and whatnot. There was that, but obviously segmented is very different to single segment, which is the speedruns that I would do, or RTA, or however you want to define it. But there was that to go off of, and there was also a forum thread, like a massive forum thread about San Andreas, and I think DJS like posted about how he'd found the long capacity glitch thing, and because of that, I actually found that thread in the first place because I was just browsing, and yeah, that's how I decided to do San Andreas. That's how I got into speedrunning and decided to do that. I started out with doing Los Santos, learning and whatnot, and then learned the rest of the game. And I started with the SDA route, but I realised a lot of the route was either wrong or wasn't compatible with a single segment format or whatever. So I actually changed a lot of it and came up with most of the route, which is probably the base of the speedrun route you see today, although it's somewhat unrecognisable today. It's so different to what the crap I did. But yeah, so I made my own route and stuff, and I learnt the game and I planned it out. And then that's how I got into speedrunning. I just decided to run my favourite game, and I just googled it, learnt about it, and then started it. And then I got into contact with other people, like S that was doing Vice City at the time, and then lots of other people decided to do GTA games as well, and now we're with a relatively large community of people get together. I mean, we did GTA Marathon recently, right? So yeah, that's cool. That's how I started. That was a really long question. How long was that? That was like 20 minutes. Jesus Christ. So yeah, hope that's one question down. That's how I got into speedrunning. I think I've even answered that question before in episode 10. I probably just spent a really long time repeating myself. I've said this story so many times, but yeah, that's it. So it's a combination. It's thanks to Machinima, Husky, StarCraft, Narcissa or Cosmo. I don't know how you talk about people in past tense like that, but anyway, I hope I'm doing it right. And other people, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, for those wondering, I don't actually really care about StarCraft that much anymore. I kind of grew out of it, got a bit bored of it. StarCraft 1 recently got re-released for, like, you know, patched and stuff, and there's a HD version coming out, but I'm not really too fast. Okay, next question. Whew, one down. What has been your biggest moment in speedrunning? I don't know what you mean by that. Biggest moment? Like, do you mean, like, my most popular moment, or my favourite moment, or... Because my most popular moment was my, like, the second run of San Andreas I ever did. It was, like, really early on in speedrunning, and they got, like, 5,000 viewers at the time and stuff like that. I suppose my favourite? Probably just, like, finishing San Andreas runs, right? I guess it would be ESA 2013, like, that whole run. That run has so many views on YouTube, and it's the reason so many people find me and stuff. I get told that it's like how they found me all the time. Yeah, that was a really good run. That was a great demonstration of what the run was at the time and stuff. And you know, didn't play very well, and I still don't to this day, right? But one thing I can do very well is explain shit. So that's what I did that whole run. Explained everything and made dumb jokes with S and Eflon who sat next to me and stuff. But yeah, that was also a really, really fun moment. I like that whole thing. And the relief of like finishing it and realising I was like world record and stuff. It was really cool, and having a room of people cheer you and stuff like that. But yeah, that run still exists on YouTube, I think, and it's got hundreds of thousands of views or something like that, I'm not sure. I don't know, I don't look at the stuff really. But yeah, I guess that's probably my, quotes, biggest moment in speedrunning. It's all been downhill from there. Like, the only time I ever had world record in this game was when I was the only one running it. As soon as someone else ran it, like Cortec all the way back in the day, and then other people all the way till now, I've never had world record since. I was never good at running this game. I like to think I'm good at other games. I feel like I'm better at other games than I am at this one, but yeah, I guess I'm just relatively knowledgeable on this. There are loads of people that know more about this game than me, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's that, I guess. Where are we at in the video anyway? Okay, I'm still driving the hot ring. Yeah, at half an hour, like I said, there's like I make a save, and then try a different method. Okay, questions about True 100%. What inspired you to start the True 100% series? It's just something I've always wanted to do. So, there's... crap, I can't remember who it is. Is it Swordless Link? I think it's Swordless Link on YouTube. Makes, like, Let's Plays with glitches. Like, cause he's a speedrunner, and he makes, so he has knowledge about all the glitches and stuff of the game, and he does, like, Let's Plays of it. I'm talking faster again, aren't I? But yeah, he does that, and that's probably the closest thing I've seen to it. There isn't really anything that inspired me to do it. I mean, I've wanted to do it for ages, but I've just been, like, really scared about planning it and, you know, doing all this research into it and actually committing to do something like this. But it came about because I was thinking about, you know, I had started doing speedruns of San Andreas again, right? And this is when I start doing this for money and whatnot. And I thought, you know, eventually I'm going to get bored of speedrunning San Andreas again and sick of it and want to do something else. So I should maybe have some dedicated San Andreas content that I can always do and people can always, you know, look for and stuff. That's when the idea of, like, you know, hey, I can do that True 100% series that I've been wanting to do for ages. That's why I started it, right? Just so that there's always some bit of San Andreas with people that just want me to play San Andreas and nothing else. Just the majority of you. It's funny how, like, I've doomed myself to this fate of playing San Andreas. There's like a hierarchy of what I've figured out people want me to do, and at the top it's San Andreas, and then under it it's like other GTA games, in order of popularity. It's like 3 and Vice City and stuff, and then with like the handhelds and the expansions that are underneath, with like GTA Online and whatnot and stuff as well. And then there's like other Rockstar games, so like Red Dead Redemption and stuff, and then you go lower and lower until you get to like Heroes of the Storm at the very bottom. Yeah, I know how it all works, what people want to watch and stuff. I think I should be okay. I can't, obviously. People ask me all the time how I don't get bored of this game and why I only ever play this game and stuff. And I do get bored of this game. I'm like only human. I'm the same as everyone else. I get really bored of this game, right? But that's only because I'm doing the same things in it. Like, True 100%, I don't think it's too boring. I mean, this episode was really boring because I was just driving around, but normally, like, recording it and doing all this funky stuff in it, I find it pretty fun. But just, like, speedrunning it over and over and over again, I get pretty bored of it. And obviously I can't just play this game casually like normal anymore. I have to be doing something themed or whatever in it. But yeah, like, the only reason I still play it, to be honest, is because people want me to. It's just how it is. I don't know why, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, whatever. What was the actual question? Oh, okay, what just wanted me to do it. Yeah, nothing, I just kind of wanted to have the idea for ages. I don't know how I got the idea. Is there another game you'd like to do a true 100% series of after SA? I don't know, I've been thinking about it. A lot of people are like, oh, do 5 or Vice City or something. But I don't think those games are like as interesting to do a true 100% of. Because for San Andreas you have all this master save stuff, and you have all like the locked off areas of the map that you're not allowed to go to, and you got all the like, San Andreas has so much small shitty content in it, right? Like the dancing mini games and the strip clubs and I don't know, the vending machines or like all the arcade machines, all the side stuff. It has so much side stuff, right? Most of it you don't even need to do for in like real 100%. Like the stunt jumps aren't required, for example. And it has all these extra like glitchy knowledge to it, right? Like all the special unique vehicles you can get, and all of these cool glitches that exist in it and stuff like that. It makes it great for a thing like this. And it's obviously very well documented as well, because there's so many people that play this game still and found out all this stuff, so it's actually openly accessible. Whereas something like, and also, of course, San Andreas is a game I know about, right? I know a lot about this. If I was to do like 3 or Vice City or 5, I wouldn't even know where to start. I have no idea. Like, can you even do master saves of those things? Like, what can you do before the first mission of Vice City? You can't, can you? Just everything like normal, I guess. I don't know. But this is what I mean. I don't know. Like, for 5, I don't know what I would do. But maybe there's like other game series I could do. I mean, obviously, like I just said, I'd be committing YouTube suicide if I started to do like a Batman Arkham Knight, Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, that's what it's called. True 100% series, right? Because nobody would give a shit. Like 10% of the audience would give a shit. But I don't know. I don't think there is a future. Like, once I finish this series, I think that's it. And to be honest, if I ever do finish this series, I'd probably be happy to finish it. It's going to take a long time. Like, even if I am overestimating how long this is going to take, it's still going to be a long time. Like, just getting every single gang territory, like, glitch, that in itself is going to take ages. So yeah, I don't think there's any other game I would want to do true 100% of afterwards. But I encourage other people to do it. Like, if you're like really knowledgeable in 3 or Vice City or 5 and you think it would work, then you'd do it. Because you probably know more about it than I do and you'd probably make it work. But one thing I would just encourage you to do is just research. Like, GTA forums have been such a massive help to me in just like searching random stuff on YouTube and things like that. just finding out loads of things. And it also helps that I know a lot of people that know a lot about this game as well, and they help me and correct me all the time. Anyway, that was the end of that bit. So I finally gave up with the Hot Ring Racer, half an hour in roughly. And that's how much my driving skill increased. That much, like a tiny bit. So yeah, I had to. That was definitely the worst method, I think. Just driving around loop with the Hot Ring Racer. It just blows up so damn easily, and it's not that fast or grippy or anything. But next up, I decide to use the cheetah that I have and drive the cheetah around. And I take the cheetah a slightly different route as well. I take it on a longer circuit around the Los Santos motorway, and the ones that go past a couple paint sprays as well. So I use those because obviously I can't just go to pick up another cheetah, right? I have to get this one fixed. But yeah, the driving the cheetah around is so much fun. Like the Hot Ring Racer and the cheetah are just fun to drive.
Look where you going.
Okay, that's that out of the way. More driving. Woo! It's slightly different though. What is the thing you look up against the most in the True 100% series? What is the thing you look up against the most? Do you mean I look up to? Or I don't want to do? I'll answer both. So, the things I really want to do, and I'm going to enjoy doing, is I think I'm going to like getting all the special vehicles. I'm not certain though. What else do I want to do? All the races are going to be fun. Because I've never done those before. Like, I've never actually 100%ed this game before. Ever. I've only ever done, like, story and stuff. So that'd be fun. The thing I'm not looking forward to is all the tedious shit, like the gang territories, and things like that. True 100% GTA O when cap. Get everything in GTA Online, yeah. Will there be an episode of random glitches that don't fit in True 100% or speedrunning? Monster truck glitch, for example. Yeah, I want to include everything. But when you say it doesn't fit in True 100%, I mean, everything fits in True 100%. I'm doing everything. I'll include every glitch somehow. Every glitch I can do anyway. There's some I can't because of like cheats and stuff. But yeah. Alright, general San Andreas questions. What is your favourite mission? Okay, I've definitely answered all these before, so I'll skim over these a bit quicker. But my favourite mission's Vertical Bird, because you get to fly a Hydra. What is your favourite event in San Andreas, excluding missions? The triathlons sound pretty fun to do. Unfortunately, you can't do them in a master save, because you haven't unlocked the maps or anything. But yeah, triathlons sound fun. I'm not sure what else, just like the races and stuff in general, I guess. Worst event in GTA SA till now. Yeah, well, yeah, you even say it's Blood Ring. Blood Ring's the worst. Fuck that. Kickstart was bad, but Blood Ring is the worst. If San Andreas would get an HD remake, got the English, what is the one thing you'd want to see fixed? One thing I want to see fixed? Well, that'd be the frame rate. Like, I mean, I know it's never going to happen. Like, they made a HD remake of this game. It's called the PC version. You can turn it to HD. You're watching this in 1080p probably. But there's also the mobile version, and they just outsourced that. But yeah, the one thing I would want fixed in this game is the frame rate problems, but it's never going to happen. It's just such a deep-rooted issue in the game's engine. It's impossible. I don't think there's anything else. Nothing that I can think of. What would be the worst thing that they could change? What is the worst thing they could change? I don't know. There's so many things they could change. Like, do you mean for me personally? Because that would be like, speedrun glitches and stuff. If you mean in general, I mean, again, they kind of did do this. They updated the game and they removed some of the songs on the radio. That was pretty bad. It was far from the worst thing they could do, but yeah, I doubt it will ever happen just because of music licenses. It's such a shame how the music industry just cripples the gaming industry like this. Like how Alan Wake is being removed from sale soon because it has like music licenses that are going out. It's just like, God, like you create a thing like that and then it gets destroyed because of an element in the thing. It's so annoying. Like after a while, they should just drop the license issues, right? Like there shouldn't be like a time period. You should just be able to license it for the game forever. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but it's just such a shame that the game industry just cripples to the music industry, right? Like that. If you are playing San Andreas through Steam, I'm not. How many hours do you have? Estimate is fine too. I don't know. You want me to say a big number, right? So I'll say 10,000 or something. Like this. Whenever someone asks me that question, they just want me to say a big number out loud. So it's a big number. What is your favourite car in San Andreas? The Cheetah, probably. What car do you like the least? Caesar's car. What's Caesar's car? I don't remember what it's called. Whatever Caesar's car is, the car he uses in this game, is the worst. Because it flips over easily, it handles like shit, and it's bad in general. Is there a reason for running and playing San Andreas with keyboard and mouse only? I mean, yeah, keyboard and mouse is just the best input. Like, it's a third-person game. You need the camera control at all times, in my opinion. Like, even if we look at what's happening right now, the way I'm like keeping the camera where it is, like up, so I can see everything and stuff. And obviously, shooting is better with a mouse. Yeah, this game doesn't support gamepads very well. You have to use like mods to get the gamepads to work and stuff. I don't know. Some people make the argument that the driving is better with gamepad, that's the word. And I'd probably agree, but it's just the hassle of switching all the time. I just can't be bothered. Just learn to drive with a keyboard and mouse. What controls do you use on GTA 5 Online? Yeah, just keyboard and mouse again. I'm just keyboard and mouse all the time. If I never swap controls mid-game for any game, right? Like if I'm playing a game that needs a gamepad but it's better with a mouse in some bits, I'll just use a gamepad the whole time, and sometimes I'll use a joystick or steering wheel or whatever, but for this it's like there is shooting people in the face in it, I'm using a mouse. Alright, we're almost at the end of this one guy's questions. Other gaming, do you play any other games than the games you speedrun? Yes, loads. You just don't want to watch them. I tried, and you don't want to. I mean, obviously there's Hearthstone, right? There's one thing I have uploaded some onto the channel. And if I upload San Andreas, people are happy. If I upload any other GTA game, then people just don't watch it. If I upload any non-GTA game, people legitimately get angry at me in the comments about it. It's like the tier of what I'm allowed to show you and stuff, right? like for example, the other day when I uploaded GTA Online, on the day that, you know, True 100% was supposed to go up, a few people got angry at me for doing it. It's like, oh, why didn't you upload True 100% instead of this? And people just think, you know, they got that. It was that or the other, when in reality, True 100% was never happening that day, so I did something else instead. Oh, sorry, I'm moving. This probably sounds terrible on the microphone, but I'm mostly doing this live. I'm not doing takes of this. Too long. But yeah, I played lots of games like Blizzard, like, you know, Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm. I played GTA Online, obviously, a little bit. I only recently got back into that. I enjoy Minecraft a hell of a ton. Just love that game, just how creative and stuff you are in it. It has this sort of, like, it's funny, it has this negative stigma if it's only for kids or whatever, and, you know, only kids play it. But I find it's only teenagers that say that. So whenever someone says, oh, Minecraft is for kids, they're actually showing their age by, you know, making them look like a teenager. It's kind of funny. It's like they're complaining at you for doing something that makes you like a child, but they're, well, doing a thing that makes them look like a child when they're doing it, right? Like, of course Minecraft can be for adults. It can be for anyone. It's not like watching Teletubbies or some bullshit, is it? It's creative and technical, like the redstone machines that you can make in it. Like, if anyone wants to watch anything crazy, complicated, and technical in Minecraft, I think it's iMango on YouTube. I'm going to find this guy right now. I hope no one gets angry about the sound of my keyboard if I have to type. iMango. I think that's it. No. Crap. I'll find the channel while I'm talking. But yeah, there's like the crazy things you can do in Minecraft with all the redstone and pistons and whatnot. Like this guy and his friends like build crazy things. I'm just saying crazy a lot. Oh, it's iLmango. I was pretty close. It's ilmango. Yeah, go on there and like look at some of the crap they've made. But they've got this massive machine that's like digging out a massive square area in the nether for them, so they can build loads of farms and stuff in it. It's absurd. I love all this machinery stuff in Minecraft. It's great. And I also love just running around and chilling out in it, right? Like, it's a good game for lots of things. And yeah, obviously I've done like some Minecraft bingo races with a few people, and a few videos of that on this channel and stuff. But yeah, there's that. I don't know. Like, I'm like a game developer-y, game designer-y person. So I like to play lots of everything, even things you wouldn't think are good, just to see why they're bad. And then be surprised sometimes. So I play loads of things, lots of variety, indie stuff, AAA stuff, everything. If you talk about a game, I've probably either heard of it or played it, so yeah. What is your favourite game you haven't speedran? It's awkward saying it like that, isn't it? I don't even know how to say that. My favourite game I haven't done speedruns of? Well, I did a bit of Pokemon Red, so I can't say that. Pokemon Gold? No, I won't say Pokemon in that case. I guess like Final Fantasy games. Yeah, probably that. I gave a list of what games I could have done earlier. Arkham Asylum, there we go, got there. I kind of got over how good it was in the end. It was just like it was a really good game, but it definitely isn't one of the best ever. Witcher 3, on the other hand, that's a really good game. Incredibly good. It's like, that is one of the best games ever made. And I tried to do speedruns of it, but it's just not a game you should speedrun. It's a game you should take slowly and enjoy yourself and play by yourself and not stream and stuff. Just take it all in slowly. When Witcher 3 came out, I spent like 2 weeks just playing Witcher 3, like solid, and you know how much effort and stuff I put into games and how quickly I do them and stuff like that. How many hours I put into it. Yeah, I don't know. I got it through GOG, so I have no idea how many hours I put into Witcher 3 when it came out, but it was a lot. Played it 2 weeks, literally nothing but Witcher 3. I don't know, solid. Yeah, that's a game, probably. Opinion on Nintendo Switch and the way Nintendo is going. Nintendo Switch is the only console I want. So, PS4 and Xbone and the Pro variants or whatever, they just shit to me. They're just worse PCs to me. Like, basically what Jim Sterling said about it in one of his episodes just basically summarizes it for me. He said it better than I could, so I'm just copying what he said, right? But they're just hardcore gaming machines, which is what a PC is, but a PC is better because it does lots of other things. Like, I'm making this video on my computer right now. I won't be able to do that on a console, right? So, and the gaming experience itself is better. It's just they don't do anything interesting or unique. It's just worse in every way. And, like, obviously the graphics and the load times and the fact you have to pay for online and the limitability and lockdownness of it, and everything like that. So yeah, just PC gaming is just better than those consoles. But Nintendo, on the other hand, does something different. They make unique things, right? Like, I want every Nintendo console. For a mix of their hardware is unique and their extremely strong first-party library, like all the Nintendo games, right? That don't come out anywhere else. So like a Wii U seems like a really cool idea to me. Like, the whole two-screen thing would be really useful. And the 3DS, the 3D aspect of it shit, but just the dual screen of it stuff, right? The touch screen and whatnot, and obviously the portability and stuff like that. It just makes it different to a PC rather than just a worse version of it. I mean, they're obviously still worse than a PC, but they're different. And then specifically the Nintendo Switch itself, it's just a good business move in general, really, because Nintendo never had the best. Well, I say never; they used to, but Nintendo have been doing really well on the handheld market for a while now. But their actual like home consoles, after the Wii U, kind of plummeted a bit. And to be honest, Nintendo don't really need the raw power of like an actual like stay still desktop, what I would call desktop system, right? They can do perfectly fine off mobile hardware, which is what they do. And that just makes the Switch just so much better because they combine both their markets, the handheld market, which does really well, along with the console market. They put them both together into a single line. Maybe, I don't know if they're going to keep making 3DSs, but that's what it looks like they're going to do. They're going to combine both of them, and then they're just going to make it work with their stuff, because they're very good at optimizing for us one system, right? Because that's all they've ever done. They don't make like PC games or anything, and they only make games for their hardware, so they will be able to do great things with very limited hardware, like they did with the Wii and the Wii U, and that's what they're going to do for the Switch. So yeah, I really like the idea of a Switch. And also if Pokemon comes out for it, and it's like a proper 3D big Pokemon game, not like a 3D 3DS one, that'd be great. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Nintendo just stick this one line of consoles. So Nintendo Switch is doing well for them. I imagine they'll just do portable but also home console systems from now on. What's my favourite childhood console? It's either the PS1 or the Game Boy. But the thing with the Game Boy is that I literally only ever played Pokemon on it. I've never played any other Game Boy games, which is kind of sad. Although I did play Yoshi's Island a little bit on Game Boy Advance. But that's the only other game I remember having and caring about. It was only ever just Pokemon. Pokemon trading card game, I guess. But yeah, mostly just mainline Pokemon games. But yeah, the PlayStation 1 is probably a bit better. I played a lot more on that, like Crash Bandicoot and Tomb Raider and Ridge Racer and Croc and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I guess PlayStation 1. But PlayStation 2 obviously is very good as well. I mean, I'm sat here playing a PS2 game. What is a PS2 era game? That whole era was amazing. Like Final Fantasy 2 was Final Fantasy 10 was incredible, and Gran Turismo was really good as well, and stuff like that. Did you know the PS2 is actually capable of 8 HD? It can output in 720. I don't remember if it was I or P, but it can output in 720. Crash Nitro Kart looks really nice with composite cables. Composite? Component? Whichever the ones are the good ones. And in 1080p, 720p, 720i? Whatever, in 720, it looks nice. I had no idea that game was capable of HD. Like, the console, it's ridiculous. What is your best moment in gaming non-speedrun? I don't know. But again, how do you define best moment? I guess it isn't from a popular standpoint, since if I was non-speedrunning then I probably wasn't streaming it. I don't know, I've had a few moments. Beat Pokemon Red on my brother's first birthday, when we were on holiday somewhere. And I was really young at the time, so it's actually a pretty big achievement, me beating that game. Witcher 3, like I said, completing that was pretty good. I'm about to discuss some Witcher 3 spoilers, so if you want to skip ahead by like 5 minutes or something. But anyway, for those listening, when the Baron dies, because his wife dies or whatever, because of the decisions I made, that really made me sad, because I was saving playing Gwent with him for ages and I never got around to it. And then he died, and then I couldn't anymore, and it actually, it's like one of the few video game deaths that actually made me sad, and it was that guy for some reason. Especially with all the story had built up around him with like his baby and crap as well. That was a cool moment. Just goes to show how good the storytelling is in that game. As for other moments, I don't know really. I don't really think about the best ones. I remember things in certain games, but yeah. Oh yeah, like Aerith's dying in Final Fantasy VII as well. Oh god, that's a spoiler. Or the ending of Final Fantasy X, that's pretty good as well. And then finally, he's got some load of I assume it's a male. They have a load of random questions at the end. Do you have any ideas for a series you will do after True 100% is done? No, not really. I don't know what I'll do. Not really thinking about it. I'm just thinking about making these. I don't know. Maybe I won't do anything. I wasn't making any YouTube series before, so maybe I'll just stop and just go back to doing stream highlights and stuff. I have no idea. Do you have your own public Discord? Yeah. It's discord.gg/Joshimus. Everything is Joshimus. Like, when I say everything is Joshimus, I mean literally, if you go on a website and look for the user Joshimus, it'll either not exist or it'll be me. Like, everything. Like, I don't know, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Discord, GitHub, I don't know, everything. It's funny when people ask me that question, it's like, it's Joshimus. Everything is Joshimus. I've heard about you programming games before. What is the status on that, and can we find you anywhere? I mean, I've done lots of little games, but I've never made like a full game. Like, when people think games, they think when I told some random people before in real life that I make games, they think I like make. Someone asked me if I've made a game like FIFA, like by myself, just like, oh, have you made a game like that? It's like, no, you realise that takes like hundreds of people to develop, right? And then other people like assume I make indie games and stuff, but all the good indie games you know of are probably made by people that used to work in the industry solo anyway and have years of experience. No, the games I've made have been way smaller. Like, most of the games I've made have been game jam games, which are like I go to my university and do a game jam, and we make a game in a week with certain themes. And I don't know if you know how long games take to make, but they normally take years. So doing one in like a working week, like Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, doesn't give the best results, but it's interesting to see what people come up with and stuff. And it's a lot of fun to do it. As for making a real game, I mean, I still have lots of indie games that I've always wanted to make, but I've never been able to finish them. It always just comes down to money, right? I need to work for money and stuff. If I didn't have to stream or anything for money right now, I probably would just work on a game, like programming stuff. That's what I always thought I was going to do as a kid. I never thought I was going to make videos and things, but it's kind of the same. It's still like a creative thing. Still kind of has the technical aspect, because I'm using like glitches and breaking the game and stuff instead of programming, so I don't really think it's that different. It's about video games, I guess, so not too sad about, all my education and stuff. It wasn't wasted. I use it just in a different way. I use it for playing games instead of making them, but I can still make games as like a hobby and stuff. Just probably won't be anything major or big ever. It's like I have a game idea me and Emma wanted to work on, but haven't got around to that yet. But it's just hard to find the time. This takes a lot of time right now. But yeah, if I didn't have to be working all the time to support myself, then yeah, I would totally just make games and then transition to that. But it always just came down to I had to stop doing it and earn money and stuff. It's just the way the world works. What is your favourite activity outside of gaming? Well, I mean, there's programming, which we just talked about. I don't know, I like watching YouTube stuff. But you're asking me like non-computer stuff, aren't you, basically? Well, there's board games, but that's just another kind of gaming. I don't know, I don't really do much outside of like technology and games and stuff. I don't know. like Formula 1 and racing in general. Some sports I enjoy watching, like whenever the Olympics is on, I watch almost all of that. Winter Olympics is cool as well, obviously. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm missing something that's like really obvious, but yeah, not too much. Do you get stressed when an episode doesn't seem like it will release in time? If so, how do I deal with this stress? I mean, I get stressed whenever I don't do anything. Like, whenever an episode of real-time chatting looks like it's not going to happen, I get stressed. Or whenever it looks like I'm, not going to stream that day, I get stressed. Or, yeah, stuff like that. I don't know. I wouldn't really say it's that stressful. It's more that I just, like, okay, I'll have to delay it a day and people get a bit annoyed. And then I try a bit harder to make sure it happens, but... It's more stressful recording it when I'm doing something difficult that I know I need to get done that day or whatever. But honestly, when you, quote, work for yourself, unquote, in this sort of fashion, there's not too much to be stressed about. I don't have any deadlines, do I? I say, like, I'll try and get one out Sunday and Wednesdays, but if I don't, then no one's going to fire me. Yeah, that was a good list of questions. Thanks, Bought the Beaver one. That filled almost. Oh, that was yeah, almost an hour of the episode. Yeah, I'm sorry to anyone else who asked questions that I'm probably not going to get to, but it was easier to just take one big chunk of questions and lots of little questions. Okay, so yeah, I've got two more clusters of questions. M Jorial, EMJORIA1. It's not even an L. I think it's a 1. Oh no, that was 1 day ago they posted it. Okay, no, Amorajai? Whatever. Anyway, here are some questions, Josh. What are some of your favourite GTA characters? I like Torino in this game. Torino's a cool character. He's fun. So's the Truth. Paul and Mac are funny. So's Rosenberg. I don't know, in other GTA games, crap, what's the transsexual girl, person called in Vice City Stories and Liberty City Stories? Is it Ronnie? Shit, I don't remember the name. They're a really funny character. I don't know, I'm sure there's lots of people I'm missing. I'm sure lots of people are going to shout in the comments and say, oh, you didn't talk about this person, like Zero and stuff like that. But, I don't know, those are the people that come to mind. What do you reckon the worst car, boat, motorcycle, and airplanes are? I sort of answered this. So Caesar's car, whatever it is, I forget what it's called. It's one of the lowriders. That's not the worst car. The worst motorbike? I mean, the freeway is pretty shitty. Is it the freeway? Or the chopper? The one that's like a, the chopper bike that you find in the Badlands. But also the freeway, the one that has like the boxes on it, those are pretty shit. I don't know, boats, airplanes, I mean, it's not that many, it's kind of hard to say which ones are shit. Which car has the best colour scheme, or which colour looks best on the cars in game? I don't know, I never really did too much car customization in this. Like, I've respray things, obviously, but I never actually did like car modding too much. So, I don't know. If you ask me the question for GTA Online, I could go a bit more in depth, because modding cars and that is a bit of a bigger deal. But yeah, here you go, I'm about to drive into a paint spray, that's convenient. Like, I don't even remember what colour it comes out as. So it's sort of like black right now. And it's black again, it wasn't very helpful, but yeah, I'm not sure on that one. What real life or make-believe vehicle would you want to see in GTA officially, not via a mod? I'm not really that big into cars or vehicles in general, so I don't really care that much. I don't really have an answer for that. What are some of your favourite Easter eggs and glitches in GTA? There's on the original PS2 release of this game, there is a really hilarious glitch you can do with the bicycle. I don't know what keywords you'd have to search to try and find it. I'm going to try and find it now. GTA SA PS2 glitch. Let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah, that'll do. That'll do. The mountain bike. Is it specifically mountain bike? Oh yeah, there you go. Okay. I think that's it. Sort of. Maybe it's this other video from 2008. Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, Google GTA San Andreas mountain bike glitch, and there's one on the 15th of July 2008. That's a good glitch. Shame it's not. Shame they patched that, but that's pretty hilarious. As for actual glitches that I can do, I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're coming to the end of this segment. I'm done with the cheetah now, and now we switch to the bullet. So yeah, now I'm going to use the bullet, and I'm going to drive around the airport instead of driving around the motorway. I'm going to go make a save file and switch though. But yeah, as for my favourite Easter eggs and stuff, the Easter egg about the big Golden Gate Bridge thing, is it called Easter Basin Bridge or something? The one where it tells you like its file size and how many polygons and stuff it is. I really like that Easter egg, it's pretty cool. If you don't know what I mean, you'd have to look for it. I don't know what keywords to search for. I should really edit the video and like put what I'm talking about on the screen and shit like that, but video editing is not my forte, so I'll skip with that. But yeah, stuff like that is for me. Stuff that breaks the fourth wall. I guess all the Easter eggs kind of do. Alright, so yeah, I push the bullet into this garage and I go make a save here. The reason I'm saving after each attempt is because I don't want to lose like hours of driving around. Which would be really annoying. I actually did lose some progress. When I switched from the hot ring racer to the cheetah, I actually blew up at one point in the cheetah, so it's a good thing I saved, otherwise I would have lost 45 minutes instead of 15. Anyway, there's my driving skill, so it's gone from the right of the V now to in between the G and the S, where it looks at it. So that's a pretty big size. It's a shame it doesn't just show numbers. You have to look at the stats file to see numbers. Yeah, so we got half an hour left. And I'm going to take the bullet and I'm just going to drive around the airport. I don't drive down the runway though, I just use the airport as a big like racing oval to go around at maximum speed. And I slowly like refine my route and make it better and better as I go on. So here I start with going to like the left of these things and in between the plane and whatnot, and then I have to brake to go around this corner and stuff, but eventually I can do the whole loop without braking and it's pretty cool. Also, I'm using this close camera because it looks cool, and there's no traffic I have to avoid, so I can use what the speedrun community, we call this the placebo cam, because some people think using this camera makes you go faster, but it doesn't. It's just because you have a like closer to the ground, it makes you look like you're going faster, but it doesn't do anything. But yeah, it looks cool, so I used it. Alright, back to the questions. What city do you think GTA 6 should take place? Oh, it should be Vice City. Like, it fits so perfectly. Like, there's a VI, and then you can have ICE, like CE, Vice City. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll just do somewhere different. That would be good too. If that's what you're asking me, what city? I would like to see one in England, but obviously then you'd have to do stuff with the weapons and whatnot. It'd be kind of weird. I'll probably just keep doing American cities. I don't know anything about America, so I don't know any of the cities that aren't in GTA games, so I've got no idea. But yeah, it'll probably be in Vice City, which I think would be a cool setting. I don't know, the thing is, the Vice City only really works if it's set in the 80s though, so I don't know if they'll go back in time, because they seem to be the most recent GTA games are like modern day ones, aren't they, with smartphones and stuff like that. So who knows? Would you have liked to see GTA San Andreas stories? Yes, very much so. I think there's a lot you could have done with a prequel to San Andreas. There's a lot of story in this game, at least from my perspective, because maybe I know about it more, but there was a lot you could have covered. Like, you probably could have played as like CJ's brother, like Sweet, And then there could have been CJ's other brother could have been alive, which is Brian, and it could have been about his death and stuff like that. I don't know. I tried to work out what the story for San Andreas stories would have been before. I wrote like a little bit of like a lore breakdowny, overarching story thing. But I don't have the modding expertise or the budget or the time or anything to make that into a proper mod for this game. It'd be really cool. You'd definitely play as Sweet. You'd probably go around trying to save Brian in a similar sort of way you do CJ trying to save Sweet or something. And you could interact with old characters that Sweet doesn't see in the main story and stuff like that. I thought about all this before, but yeah, it's not a thing that will ever happen. What's your favourite minigame in San Andreas? I don't know, actually. I don't know what you count as minigames. I've never really played that many of them. I don't know. I haven't played the arcade machines yet, or basketball, so I'm not sure. What feature would you remove from San Andreas? What feature would I remove? I don't know. I think every feature has its place. There's probably some things I get frustrated at though, but I can't think of them right now. These are some good questions, I'm just skipping them all. I'm not sure. I only ever wanted to add features, I never wanted to take anything away. I'm sure there's some bad features that I've spoken out about before that I just can't remember right now. Yeah, I don't know actually. You're stumping me with these questions. Do you listen to music outside of the game while recording these segments, or would that break concentration? I don't normally listen to music when I'm recording these, no. Like, I have to be careful how I have audio in the background, because I don't want to make it so you can hear it. This is literally the first time I've ever listened to music while recording this. And that's just while I'm doing the audio. One thing I do is sometimes I watch streams on my phone with my earphones under my headset when I'm recording True 100% segments. Like for this segment, for example, throughout this whole time I was listening to a Hearthstone tournament that was happening. I couldn't watch the gameplay, but I was just listening to it. It's like a Firebat and Noxious casting it, some Russian tournament or something, I'm not sure. It was just whatever I could find. Sometimes I listen to like podcasts and stuff like that. But, yeah, normally I don't listen to anything. I just kind of do it in silence. I seem to be able to play okay in silence. Originally, when I started turning the music off in these games for better YouTube compatibility, I thought I was going to go insane without the music, but I actually find it fine. Could you kindly explain the... No. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, so that's all of your questions. Thanks for those. Steve N asked a few questions. I don't know if you already will, but you should get all the haircuts and rate them. Yeah, of course. Why do people keep telling me obvious stuff like this? Like, of course I will do that. You don't need to tell me that. Also, a list of questions I had were... Which is your favourite character from this game? I already went through that. Which is your favourite mission? I already said that. What is the most game-breaking glitch I know? I mean, there's a few that crash the game that are really simple. Like, the camera despawning trick. There's an area in Los Santos where if you do that, it can just make your game crash. There's also lots of, like, you know, duping stuff you can do that makes your game instantly crash and stuff like that. There's also, you can softlock yourself from progress if you get the debtor's call before doing Badlands. What else is there? I don't know, there's quite a few. I don't know, if you mean, like, game breaking, as in it makes the game, like, really easy or whatever, I'm not certain. Which vehicles do you like the most? Okay, so I said the Cheetah, the Hydra, the Packer is really fun in this game. I'm not sure. There's lots of cool and unique vehicles in this game that are useful for things. What is your favourite Easter egg in the game? I think I already said that, didn't I? It's the Easter Basin Bridge one. When was the first time you ever played this game? Man, it probably wouldn't have been on release. It was probably like a year or two after the game came out. But it would have been my older cousin was playing it once, and I saw him play it, and I probably played it with him a bit. Because my parents never owned this game, right? It was only ever him, I think, and then I probably bought it at some later point. Not too sure, actually. Oh, my friend at school owned it, yeah, of course. That's where I played it the most, yeah. I would have borrowed it from them, of course. Yeah, I never actually owned this game until it came out on 360, and I bought it digitally there. And then on Steam, obviously. And then I bought a physical copy for speedruns. But yeah, I never played this game on release. I played it a long time after release. Probably shortly before the 7th generation consoles, like Xbox 360 and PS3. Which location in the game do you like the most? San Fierro is pretty nice. I could just spend all my time there and be alright. Lovely straight roads and nice atmosphere and whatnot. I don't know, I don't really have a favourite location. Just, yeah, San Fierro is probably the best city. Even though so far in this playthrough I've spent all my time in Los Santos, right? But that's not by choice. Have you played any mission mods for this game? No, I haven't. I've seen other people play it a bit, but I've never done that. It's like a do your own mission mod, right? And stuff like that. People make their own missions. Never really did. I mean, I played the Vice City Stories mod a little bit, which makes the game kinda like Vice City Stories. It has a few missions from there, but that's about it. Which is your favourite weapon? The minigun? For obvious reasons. I don't know, I also like the micro SMG. Or, yeah, micro SMG, is that what it's called? Yeah. I like that gun quite a lot. Just being able to run with it and shoot is really nice. Yeah, just the minigun and that, I guess. Don't really use much else. Like, whenever you do speedruns, those are the two weapons you use the most. They're the ones I'm most familiar with. And what is your currently most played game? If you talk about hours, it's probably this, I guess. If you're talking about what I'm playing a lot of right now, started playing GTA Online again. But before that it was Heroes of the Storm and other stuff, I guess. Yeah, not too much else. Alright, that's the end of those questions that I picked out beforehand. How much longer in this video we got? Oh man, oh, if I sit up a bit, we've got like 15 minutes left, jeez, okay. Kind of blew through those last questions a bit too quick, I guess. Maybe I should have taken my time. What am I doing right now? I'm driving a bullet around the airport. I think this is when I'd started getting the good route down, so I go like to the... Nope, okay, still not perfect route, but still pretty good route. Yeah, but you can see how I'm like just keeping my foot flat to the floor. Oh no, I have to brake a little bit there, don't I? Yeah, well later on I perfect my ring around the airport and I never brake, but you still slow down around the corners regardless. Alright, let's find some other YouTube comments, I guess, and read some questions from those. Okay, so Danio has a few questions in a cluster that I can answer even. First of all, what football club do I like? Okay, so this person's British. I actually don't watch football at all. I don't like it. I don't care for it. I live in Portsmouth, so we have like a football club here that does well sometimes, I think. And I think we won a thing recently, but I don't know anything about it. I know everyone was very happy about us winning a thing, but I just don't care. I just don't see the appeal of like, you know, a load of guys running around that much. Like, I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't know how to explain it. I just don't. What GTA game had the best music, in my opinion? Vice City Stories actually has the best music, in my opinion. There was a Google Drive document, a Google like spreadsheet thing that a few speedrunners put into, where we were like trying to determine the best radio station by a scoring system that all the speedrunners were using. And yeah, it looked like generally like Vice City and Vice City Stories were pretty highly rated. The 4 expansion, GTA 4 expansions, has a pretty okay radio as well. San Andreas itself has some good radio stations, but then it has a lot of crap on it as well. So it has like really good stuff, and then lots of really bad stuff. But I think every radio station in Vice City Stories is good. Obviously, this is all subjective. It depends on what music you like. But to me, I think I liked every single Vice City Stories radio. And obviously Vice City Stories is just like, you know, a spin-off of Vice City itself, but it was later done and they had better production quality and stuff, even though it's a handheld game. I just personally preferred Vice City Stories to Vice City. If you never played Vice City Stories but you liked Vice City, I would encourage you to do so. I wouldn't encourage piracy, but I would say the emulated version of it, if you own the game legally, it's perfectly fine. It runs perfectly fine with the PPSSPP emulator, I think that's what it's called, I'm not certain. So you can definitely play it like that. Oh, it's on mobile now No, they never released Vice City Stories on mobile, did they? They did every other GTA game, but not Vice City Stories. Which is really annoying, so I actually kind of would like to play that again on my phone. It'd be nice. The first time I ever played Liberty City Stories was actually on my phone. I never had that game on PSP. I never played it. But I played through it with a controller on my phone, because my phone has like Bluetooth, obviously, but it's like one of the few phones that's compatible with like a PS3 controller. Not natively, I had to root it and do some hackery, but yeah, I can like play Minecraft and stuff like that on my phone with a controller. It's quite nice. It's basically like I have a Switch with me in my pocket all the time, except the games are a lot shitter. Like, goddamn it, I want to play Mario Kart. But that's cool. I can use like PlayStation 1 emulator on my phone and play with PS3 controller, so it's kind of the same thing. Wow, that got a little off track, didn't it? Yeah, the best music, yeah, I guess Vice City Stories. 5 is kinda okay as well. I don't know, I'm trying to think about all of them. They're all okay. I don't hate any radios. Like, there's still radios I can listen to in every game. But yeah, San Andreas has a few that I refuse to touch, like Playback and Radio Los Santos. What part of GTA San Andreas story do you like? I think it has a decent story. Like, kind of, you know, you start as like a street hoodlum, or whatever they call it, like gangster or whatever. But then you like expand to way bigger things. And then at the end you're forced to go back into like the gang warfare kind of bit because of your brother, who just wants to do that and hasn't experienced all the things that you did and stuff. But yeah, and then like the whole Officer Tenpenny thing, I don't know, I think the story in general is okay. Certain aspects, like obviously Torino's story is interesting and stuff, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I like the whole story, I guess. It's stupid and doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't really have to. Are there gonna be something more to do after completing all the missions? Yes, there is lots to do after finishing the missions, don't worry. The playthrough will not end after I complete all the missions. Don't worry about that. You know, I've got gang territories to do and whatever else, I don't know. All this other stuff to do. What's your favourite game except for GTA? I kind of already went through that, didn't I? With a few other questions. How your adventure with speedrunning started. I already went through that as well. Oh yeah, this is when my bullet takes a bit of damage because it starts raining. So I'm just like, okay, fine, I'll go drive it back. Oh, I'm actually going to commentary the gameplay for a bit. Yeah, so I'm going to like drive the bullet back, but I crash into that. And I should say I'm playing with my other hand at the moment because my left hand needed a break. So I mess up a lot. And then my bullet catches fire, which is bad. Yeah. So now I'm just sat here just wondering, what the hell am I going to do now? Because I only got, 20 minutes into my bullet driving session, and I can't just go get another bullet because that'll take ages. And they don't really spawn around here or anything, so I decided I was going to try and push it back into the garage that I have down the road to repair it, like I did with the Hydra and stuff. And then this friendly fire truck comes along, and I'm like, aha! The fire truck is good at pushing vehicles. So once I stopped getting hit by the hose, I managed to get in it. And then I'll use the fire truck to push the car into the garage. So yeah, if you want to watch something funny for a bit, you can watch that, I guess. Anyway, back to not commentating gameplay at all. How old am I? Well, that's a pretty simple question. 20-something. I don't know. After I got past like 16 and 18 and stuff, I just stopped caring how old I was. I don't really keep track of it. It's like, I'm 20-something, it's good enough. Eventually I'll be 30-something. It's whatever. I really don't care. And that's not like a, not because, I'm getting old, so I'm just going to ignore my age sort of thing. It's a, I'm old enough to do everything I want to do, so I really don't care anymore kind of thing. Like, it's just irrelevant. I don't care how old I am. Old enough is the answer. Old enough to be young, but old enough to do anything. Okay, that's all of his questions. I'll scroll down and find some more. Okay, so I scroll down a little bit. Yeah, and someone quoted me on the last episode. By the way, unfortunately, these guys get out and unload in me is my favourite Joshua's quote from now on. I had no idea I said something like that. That's pretty hilarious. And yeah, that's when the police cars, when I'm trying to get back from Los Venturas, right? Was it Los Venturas? Yeah, it was. I don't even remember what I did last episode. Oh yeah, the stadium events, right, yeah. It was when I was trying to get back from those. Yeah, I had a few people tell me that's a funny quote. It's pretty good. Scrolling. Okay, Biro has a couple, that's 4 questions. Oh yeah, I'm using the bike to like keep the garage door open there, by the way. So I can just drive the bullet in. This is a lot easier than pushing a Hydra. It's like so much easier to do this than it is a Hydra. Right, okay, so yeah, Biro's questions. 1, GTA SA story or GTA 5? I found GTA 5's story to be really, really terrible, and I didn't care about it at all. Like, once we got past the whole, oh no, Trevor knows about Michael thing, then the story just stopped being interesting, and I really didn't care about what was happening. Like, why do you have to choose who to kill at the end, and why is there an option to not kill either of them? I really don't get it. Also, what is Franklin's story? He was poor and lived in Grove Street, or wherever he lived, the hood or whatever. And then he stole some things and wasn't poor anymore because he met a rich guy, and then that was it. And then his girlfriend doesn't like him or something. It's like Franklin's story. If Franklin's story wasn't there, what if instead of Franklin, you just replaced everything Franklin did with Lester or something? Like, Lester finds Michael again or something like that. I don't know. It kind of would have been exactly the same story, right? Well, maybe I'll have to play through the 5 campaign again. I played through it when it came out on PC, and I really, really hated it, and that's the only thing I remember. But maybe it'd be different now. I'm not sure. So yeah, San Andreas' story is so much better. The only thing I like about 5 is the multiplayer, which is why I've only done speedruns of multiplayer stuff in that game, and play multiplayer. The single player is just worthless in that game. It's such a shame. When did you start speedrunning San Andreas in first experience? Yeah, I already went through that. Where do you live and how old are you? I already said both those things. And that's it. Okay, let's keep scrolling. Thanks, Biro, for like one question at least. If you don't do the reviews of the restaurants in the usual review YouTuber style, it's catchy, annoying intro, sitting in the car outside of the place, big silence when eating the food, 0 to 10 score, I'm gonna be sad. Shit, that's a good idea. What's that kid that like stands outside the restaurant and like has films it with his phone or something? Maybe I could do it like that. Man, that's a good idea. Thanks for the idea. I'm taking it. Are you going to do the unlimited minigun glitch when the time comes, or is that considered cheating? Don't know why that would be considered cheating. It's a glitch. It's not a cheat. So yeah, I am doing that. Of course I'm going to get unlimited minigun ammo. It's actually not unlimited minigun ammo. It's just a lot of minigun ammo. Yeah. Okay. Football boys. 1. Which GTA game do you hate the most? I really don't like GTA 3 because like Vice City and San Andreas being the first GTA games I played, when I go back and play 3, it's just so primitive compared to them. Just, why can't I move the mouse to look around when I'm in a car? It's just, it's so annoying. I know you can't do it in Vice City either, but at least the camera is a bit better in that game. I don't know, and lots of other things about 3, I just don't like it. It obviously would be different if I'd played it when it first came out, but yeah, it's just worse for me. So yeah, and also all the bullshit trickery and how you can lock yourself out of loads of things in that game is really annoying. Obviously cool for like hardcore players, but yeah, I still think it's just bad game design. If you and your fans got bored of the series, what would you do next? Well, 1, you're not going to get bored of it because people love watching this crap, and also you're not one person, so if one person gets bored of watching this, then there'll probably be like 2 more that come in by then to watch it, so I don't know if that would happen. Whenever a YouTuber gets attached to one game like this, or one series or something, then the fans always just want more of that to the bitter end. It doesn't matter. Like, eventually I'm going to get so sick of this game that I just don't want to play it ever again. That will happen eventually, and then people are just going to get mad at me about it and want more San Andreas forever. There's no end. Like all the Minecraft channels that struggle to do anything that isn't Minecraft and like stuck to that one game forever. It's such a bad idea if you want to be like a professional YouTuber to attach yourself to one game. But yeah. So that's how the death of this channel is going to go. I'm going to get sick of GTA in general and do something else, and everyone's going to hate me. That's what's going to happen. But yeah, I don't know what I would do next. Whatever I wanted to do. Last but not least, do you hate something with GTA San Andreas? It's a bit of a broad question. I don't know. I'm sure I do. I can't think of anything on the spot though. If I'd been speedrunning the game recently, I could probably tell you a million things I hated about it, but can't right now. It's certainly far from a perfect game. It has lots of dumb things in it. I just can't remember what those dumb things are. Speaking of dumb things, actually, watch when I go around. Hang on, I don't know how well my audio commentary is tied to the gameplay on the screen, because it's kind of got a bit desynced. Because I haven't been trying to sync my commentary very well this whole episode, because it's kind of irrelevant. But yeah, okay, so for me, I'm going around, and I'm about to go to the right of those circle things, which are like the gates, I guess. So those first 3 gates have things that go to the airport, and this 4th one is just a circle on its own. Like, what is that supposed to be? Right, there you go, that's like, I think it's dumb in this game. It's like, what? Right, let's keep scrolling. Oh, I have to press the load more button. Someone asked why the LS airport doors open for me. Because I have max flight skill. How long do you think it will take to complete this series? At least a year. Maybe more. Probably more than that. I don't know. Very long time. I'm just guesstimating. Every time someone asks me that, I probably respond with a different answer. So I don't know. I'm just guessing. Do you know about the arcade games? Yeah. I forgot to mention them last episode. Oh yeah, someone said that even all-proof vehicles, like the all-proof Rancher I have, they're not invulnerable to being flipped over. And yeah, if you flip over the car, it will blow up no matter what happens, even if it's all-proof. If you flip over bikes and keep them upside down, they'll blow up as well, but it's just very hard. And yeah, they also say going into fireproof cars, if CJ is on fire, breaks the car, and I think that does happen to fireproof as well. I'm not certain. Wait, don't you get Monster Truck if you win the 8-track? Yeah, I forgot to mention that last episode. Oh, I was like, oh, I love a big list of questions, but it was bought the beaver again. Scrolling. How do you find the motivation to play the same game over and over again while you struggle to play one for a month? I think it helps that I have an audience. And I'm also just a very patient person in general. Also nice full stops. Tired of explaining what duping is and how it works in every speedrun you do. No, I repeat myself all the time. People ask the same question constantly, no matter what I do all the time. It's just, if you ever are like a Twitch streamer, you have to get used to repeating yourself, because people join and stuff all the time. When are you taking over all territories? Will you leave Caesar and Woozy's gang alone since they're your allies? No, I'm taking everything. Fuck them. Scrolling. Like stalling with my voice while I'm scrolling. Oh, actually, I say that. Oh no, we're at the end. Oh my god, I did it. I talked for an hour and a half about random bullshit, and everyone's going to tell me how great this episode is. It's always funny, I always think these episodes are terrible, but everyone likes it every time. I could just talk about anything, I guess. But yeah, here's my driving skill. So I didn't max it out. And that's because it was taking too damn long. So I'll max it out in another episode. Maybe when I'm like doing Vigilante with the Invincible Ranger or something, I'll do a long live stream for like, it'll probably take 3 hours or some crap. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't max out driving skill, but I can't make an episode longer than an hour and a half. I would fucking kill my throat trying to talk for that long. Yeah, that's it. Sorry for the weird episode. Maybe I'll do like these commentary episodes every 10 episodes or something like that. That seems like a good idea. Just fit with that format a bit. And now I'm talking over a black screen. Wow, okay. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Next episode will be back to a normal episode. Hopefully it will release on time, but it might not. Don't get mad if it doesn't. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next episode. Bye!